All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our first Saturday of the period team-wide meeting. My name's Fred Holmes. I'm an independent distributor, and I'm excited to have a couple people joining me here for a minute. We'll be talking a little bit about some strategies, some concepts, and some focus for the next 28 days in ZJ International. And for those of you that stayed over, welcome back. We just completed our new distributor training for Saturday morning. We talked about several different things related to top-level earners and what they understand on creating success. That will be posted on the YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Fred Holmes ZJ. Had a little brain fart there for a minute. And so I encourage you to go over there and check out the Saturday morning training if you didn't get a chance to be part of that. And for those of you that are joining us for our team meeting this morning, we're only going to take a few minutes. We wanted to, kind of put together kind of a wrap on period 141. We just completed that last night. And a little bit of focus on what we need to be doing for the continued sustaining and advancement of momentum. Now, let me tell you what happened in period 141. The company created an environment for all of us that have been actually doing the deal, focusing on a daily method of operation, some incentives to be able to create more new customers and rank advanced new distributors. And they fulfilled on their promise to support our efforts. For the people that have been actively engaged, it was an incredible period. We saw astounding sales numbers, astounding numbers of new rank advancements. We've broken a new double diamond, a new emerald, a couple of new diamonds, and probably the most exciting thing to me is we have had a phenomenal number of rank advancements in just the last 4 weeks of people moving from brand new distributor to builder 500 or builder 1000, moving to bronze, which is the first level of our leadership ranks, moving to silver, moving to gold. There's a lot of people that are engaged and on the move for period 141 that we just completed. Now, there's a strategy to what's going on right now. This is all about creating a 90-day game plan to carry us into and through the summer, because mark my words, the people that are creating momentum during this particular time of the year will see significant growth in the following 90 days. We're talking, as we go into September, October, November. It's something that every tenured network marketer understands. The concept of a 90-day game plan and working based upon the multi-level calendar. And the last 30 days and the next 60 days will be critical to the completion of your 2019. There's a lot of things we have coming up. The biggest focus needs to be on who do you know in the various cities that the virtual summit for 2018 or 2019 is occurring, because those will be the locations where you're going to get incredible exposure for your new, for your prospective distributors and your new distributors and the distributors that are on the rise, on the move within your ZJ organization. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to see if I can find Pat Andersen. Where are you, Pat? Looks like, oh, there you are. I'm going to bring Pat Andersen over to this side of the conversation. And you need to pay close attention. She's only going to be with us for a couple of minutes, but I want you to hear what she is focused on. Pat has one of the fastest growing organizations. Some of the newest markets in Europe and Asia that are opening up right now are part of Pat's organization. And so if there's somebody you want to pay attention to what she's doing, it's definitely Pat Andersen. Let me bring her over here. Um, we've seen some tremendous growth in Pat's organization. I can't tell you how excited I am for not just Pat, but everything that's happening with her team. Hey, Pat, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am riding a never-ending wave of prosperity and good fortune, and I'm so pleased you thought enough of me to ask.
It's great.
So,
It's great.
Pat, I know that, and I'm not going to ask you to give away the insider secrets. I know that there's a lot of things that corporate has. No, I'm not going to ask you to do it. There's a lot of things that Jeremy Red and the corporate team have in play right now that are going to tremendously advance the individual distributor's momentum and the company's momentum. And our focus right now is leading up to literally what, 28, 29 days from now, the ZEJA virtual convention, virtual summit. Maybe you can share a little bit without giving away any of the things. You know, I do know you're going to be headed to corporate here in a couple of days. Just saying.
That's a
But maybe it's that concept, you know, we don't want you to tell us what you know. Can you tell us what we need to know to be prepared for what's about to happen?
actually start working. you know, um, I'm just being really honest. We need to gear up right now for all of the enhancements that are going to be announced on the 20th. And those of you that take advantage of it right now, of bringing on new people, you know, kind of alluding that there's some absolutely amazing things about to happen, you're going to be ahead of the curve because you're going to have a team in place that are going to be geared up so that on the 20th, they're going to go bang and explode. And, you know, that's what I'm doing. Fred, I would like to talk a little bit about, you know, I really liked your training earlier. But I want to say one thing, and it's one thing that we've been working, and Danielle and Kate and a few of the other ones that are on the call, what we've been doing. And all my stuff and all my notes and everything, my worksheet. And this really has helped me a lot. Create a list of all the things you know you should be doing on a daily basis that you're not currently doing. You should see how big my list is. Okay? And I know Danielle and Kate have really plugged into this, and look at their rank advancements and you know, quite a few other ones that have also. And then we had to put down our action steps of what we're going to do to start doing those things that we haven't been doing. And it really has helped me a lot because, as you just said, on a given day, I could be working in Israel, Turkey, Poland, Russia, you know, all over the place. And I have to also do my own daily methods of operation to get where I'm going. Okay. And so there's my reminder. It's not going to leave my desk, Fred, so that I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And I know Reed is doing the same thing. He's been busy at this little course that we're doing. And, you know, it's really helped me focus.
You know, you bring up a good point, Pat, because it's important to understand it's not just the things that we do, but the things that we don't do. And this is something one of my mentors said years ago, and I remember distinctly writing it into, you know, the little spiral bound notebook journals that I was using at the time. If you want to have a quantum leap in your productivity, identify two or three things that you're doing that you need to keep doing. Identify two or three things that you need to start doing, and identify two or three things that you need to stop doing. And you know, a lot of people don't realize, how do you make incredible change? One step at a time. And see,
Mhm.
you know, for somebody like you at the level that you have already built your business, to be dialed in so focused on the next level of achievement, rising, you know, I don't know anybody in Zija that has so much going on around the world as compared to you. And a lot of people, this is so meaningful because a lot of people think that you got it going on, and darling, you do have it going on, but you know what you could do with a higher level focus.
Mhm.
Now, I appreciate that, Pat.
Mhm.
If there was, you already said a couple of things. Be consistent about new customers, new distributors, to be in a position to take advantage of these enhancements. Now, I don't want you to tell me what those are going to be because I know you can't. Folks, listen, I'm trying to twist Pat as hard as I can, and she's still not budging. But if there was one thing that you would suggest as an insider information to the people on the team webinar today and watching the replay, what would be the one thing you would suggest people focus on?
Maybe not focus on, but I would really like you to dissect how you did on the last sprint event. Okay? How did you do? How many points did you get for new recruitment? How many points did you get for helping your team rank advance? Jeremy and Brittany have already told us that this is something they will be consistently doing throughout the year, 4 times a year. So look at all the good things that you did, all right? Because a lot of you're on the board. It's just amazing. What could you have done better? Could you have helped your downline get that next rank advancement by staying up till midnight with them on a Friday night? What could you have done? And I think right now is a very important to be dissecting what you just did.
Pat, that is one of the best things I could ever have hoped you would say. Folks, this document here, the Zija One Leadership Conference, a lot of you have never had this in front of you. I don't know if you noticed, I reached over to the board in front of me and pulled it off the board because it's yours is right there too, because it stares in front of me. Just this little section, don't throw this away. This little section is your key. It is the where you're getting your points relates to the correct activities. Pat and I and David, we spent time talking about this, how magical this was when the corporate team put this together, because it's exactly what we should be doing. And you heard it from Pat Andersen. Look back, analyze your numbers. Where could you have done more performance, and then focus on that for the next 4 weeks. Does that sum it up, Pat?
Yeah.
All right.
Totally, 100%. And I appreciate it, and lead by example for your team. Don't just sit back and tell them what to do. Do it.
I agree 100%. Pat, thanks so much. I always appreciate you joining us, and you keep going, darling. I'll look forward to seeing you. I'm trying to think when's the next time. Might be October in Phoenix, but I'll see you there. All right.
Sounds good.
Take care.
All right.
Bye. Thank you, Pat. We'll let Pat head over to the other side. And then I'm going to ask one more person to come and share some thoughts on, this upcoming 4 weeks. And I want to bring, many of you already know her, Dee Dee Shaw. I'll give you a heads up, Dee Dee. I'm going to bring you over to this side. Dee Dee Shaw is one of our diamonds in Zija. A lot of you know her story. If you don't know her story, you should go to my YouTube channel. And on my channel, there's a little search box. Put in Dee Dee Shaw, D-E-E Shaw, S-H-A-W. You'll pull up the most recent interview I did with her. She had some absolute gems there. It's how a stay-at-home mom, homeschooling her children, maintaining the family farm, has been able to go from zero to creating a diamond-level distributorship part-time around all those activities. And well, I'm gonna bring her over here. Give me get her going here. Dee Dee, come on over. There we go. Dee Dee, I'm telling you what. I'm gonna get rid of this here real quick. Dee Dee, good to have you. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, sitting out on the veranda. Very cool.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I was starting to say, Dee Dee, you and your organization have been just pouring it on this past 4 weeks. You're, several of your team, I know you were on the leaderboard with the Sprint to Summer. You've been in the top like 20 or 25 people company-wide in terms of point accumulation towards the Zija One Leadership Conference. Several of your team members as well have done that. Maybe you can share a little bit about, what have you been doing in the last 4 weeks that's made such a big difference in the growth of your business, and what will be you and your organization's focus for the next 4 weeks?
Oh, good question, Fred. I'm very product focused. So a little bit of what I've done has just been sharing the benefits of the amazing products. And I'm hoping we're not frozen, because you're frozen on the other side for me.
We hear you fine.
Oh, great. Good. But really it's been about how can I help my new people get to the next level? How can I help my brand new people hit Builder 500? What can we do to get them off to a fast start? Getting them plugged in right away. Even if they came on board just enjoying the benefits of the product, they start sharing with people. When somebody reaches out to me and they're a customer and they say, hey, I need to order some more product because I had 3 other people that wanted a sheet and now they want to buy product. And that turns into a distributor list, and then turn that into a Builder 500. And then what's the next step? Builder 1000. And that's really been my entire focus, is how can I help my new people get their product paid for and get to the next level, so they're getting paychecks and they're seeing the benefits of financial benefits from Zija, as well as the health benefits.
Well, what you've been doing has been really effective. I think, and forgive me if I'm off base here, I think you personally, and you demonstrate what Pat Andersen has said, be the leader, lead by example. Did you have like 50 new customers and distributors this past period?
In this little, the Zija One competition, yes. So I guess it would be since the middle of March. I went back and counted it up because I really wanted to, I was number 11 the last time they posted points, and I've been busting my chops for this past week trying to bump it up, because I've never been on hot air balloon, and I think it would be amazing to do that in Arizona. So I worked really hard at it, but yeah, it's just about how can you help people. That's what this business is about. You have to listen to people to find out what their needs are, and then offer solutions. It's just that simple.
Now, something that's always intrigued me and so many other people, there are very few people that are more busy in their real life than you. Okay? And I don't know how many kids are still at home, but I know there's got to be a good half a dozen, 8, 10 of them at home, and probably more than that when you start counting the grandbabies that spend most of their time with you, and you're homeschooling the kids, and you have a nice farm there, and you're maintaining the goats and the chickens, and the horses, and the tigers and bears. Oh my, oh my. How do you manage to fit in a daily method of operation? How do you manage to do that? Because, everybody's busy, but nobody's as busy as you.
I have a dog that doesn't know how to be quiet. She wants in on the story too. That's our Lassie dog. I don't know if you can see her back there.
Oh yeah.
She definitely has a Lassie bark. She likes to bark at everything. It's not about setting aside specific times. It's about what has to get done. And that's my life, right? It's not what time are we doing this. I've tried many times over the years to have a schedule that we live by, and it just drove me crazy. And I tell people, they say, you must be great at organization. And I say, it's control chaos, right? It's just control chaos. And that's sort of how I live all my life. The saying, how you do anything is how you do everything. That's me. I have a list of things to get done, and then I find a way to fit them in, whether it's taking care of me and getting out and getting my exercise, or whether it's contacting my new distributors, or, you know, I think everybody knows I do a lot of my business online, right? Because, you know, people say I can't do that business because I live in a little town. I have 4 traffic lights in my town, right? They added one for Walmart that bumped us up to 5, right? So, and I have lots of challenges. You and I know this. Every time we try to do something, I'm out here, we have a thunderstorm and I lose connectivity or whatever. We still live on DSL. So there really are it's no joke. There's no excuses. If you don't have time, then you find it. You don't have to carve an hour out. You don't have to carve 30 minutes out. Can you carve out 5? Can you say, hang on just a second, y'all get buckled up, I'll be there. And you spend 2 minutes responding to somebody, right? It's just little people. So people say, how much time do you spend on your business? I really don't know, because it's just part of life. I don't have set aside, I'm gonna do, 30 minutes before breakfast and 30 minutes after lunch. And we don't even have when the kids were little, we had nap time. I could have some quiet time. I don't even have that anymore. I just grab it where I can find it.
Well, Dee Dee, you've definitely personified what it takes to be successful, and that's do whatever is required within the circumstances. You know, Dee Dee, one of the things I've used your story so often, right? We hear about, these overnight success stories, people getting out, diamond in 90 days or, 6 months or whatever. If I'm not mistaken, it actually took you 4 years to hit diamond, right?
Yep.
And I want you to think about this, folks. If you had a dozen kids at home and all the things going on that Dee Dee has in her life, and it took you 4 years to build a part-time business to a 6-figure income, would it have been worth the 4 years? Dee Dee, what's the answer?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hey, Dee Dee, thanks. I'm not going to hold you up. I know you got a lot of stuff. You probably got kids that are being tied up and kept quiet by the older ones. Yeah, that's the only advantage of the older ones have to watch the younger ones for a while, right?
You lock them inside and run out the door.
Thank you so much for taking a minute and sharing those thoughts with us. We all appreciate you, Dee Dee. Thanks. We'll let you go back to the other side. So, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of people that clearly are on the move with Zija, okay? They're doing the deal. There's probably no better examples, 2 examples of people that have achieved high-level success, and they've done it in spite of all the things that are the reasons why so many people can't do it. And one of the comments I saw in the chat box earlier, and I'll be looking through that later. If you ask me a specific question, I'll be able to see it in the chat box, and I'll respond to you directly, so long as I know, if I got a name or what have you, because I'm going to be wrapping this up here. But the point I wanted to make, okay, somebody said this in the chat box. It is easy to do, and it's easy not to do. Okay, as soon as you believe that it's not possible, then you're right. As soon as you believe it is possible, you're right. Okay, this is one of the magic things of Zija. Okay, it can be everything you want, so long as you want it bad enough. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. The Saturday morning training and the team meeting will be posted on the YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Fred Holmes Zija. I'll be up there here a little bit later. We have 28 days to advance momentum leading into the final month of the summer 90-day game plan. Folks, don't lose this next 28 days. This is the pivotal time to be engaged. It doesn't make any difference how much you do. What makes a difference is that you do something every day. Talk to one person about our products. Talk to one person about our income opportunity. Teach one person how to do the same. If that's all you did, you will be setting yourself up for great and wonderful things over the next 6 months of 2019. Special thanks to Pat Andersen and Dee Dee Shaw for joining me this morning. We'll look forward to seeing you this upcoming week. Health Talks with Pat Andersen on Wednesday. You can access that by going to her website, www.clubmoringa.com. Thursday night, we'll have another edition of Biz Talks. I believe I'm hosting that one, and that'll be Thursday night. This same Zoom webinar link, we use the same one every single time. And then Saturday morning, new distributor training following that. All right, folks, that's it for now. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll be looking forward to see you on Wednesday night, Health Talks with Pat. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.